Welcome to another video walk around. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2021 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive in this gorgeous super white color. This 4-door, 5-passenger SUV comes with a 4-cylinder engine mounted to an automatic transmission. Starting on the exterior with some of the notable features. Up front you got a very stylish and sleek front end thanks to the nice pattern of this black grille that expands all the way across the front. And you've also got these really sharp and aggressive looking headlamps. As we move around to the side of the vehicle, you'll find these great 17-inch steel rims that the vehicle currently rides on with the Toyota hubcaps on the outside, and those are wrapped in the Michelin tires. As we move up to the side of the vehicle, you've got this nice black piece here that helps to separate the panels, and it looks really stylish along the side of the vehicle. You've also got the LED turn signal indicator integrated right into the mirror, which is another sleek feature. And as we back up, you'll find the nice black accent pieces all the way down the side of the vehicle, which gives it a very sporty and aggressive look. In the rear here, we do have some additional tint for some privacy for the rear passengers or rear cargo. And if you take a look at the rear pillar, you'll find that same great black accent piece that helps to break up the panels, and it looks really stylish. As we move towards the back of the vehicle, you'll find the color-matched roof spoiler with the brake light integrated into it. And up top here, we also have the color-matched roof fin antenna. You've also got a couple of roof rails there if you wanted to expand your storage at some point in the future. In back here, we do have a rear windshield wiper, which is a handy feature. And you've also got the dual exhaust with the chrome tip, which looks really premium. Back here, you'll also find the RAV4 badging, as well as the LE all-wheel drive badging. This vehicle looks great, but it drives even better, so let's go ahead and hop inside and fire it up. Hopping inside this RAV4 is nice and easy thanks to the remote keyless entry. Simply hit the unlock button on the key fob and you'll be inside. One of the very first things that you'll be greeted with in the interior is this great looking dark fabric interior with the really nice pattern in the center of the seat that you'll find all throughout the interior. You'll also find the manual adjustments for the driver's seat. And you've got the RAV4 branded all-weather mats all throughout the interior, which make them nice and easy to clean regardless of how dirty or wet they get. So let's go ahead and hop inside the spacious interior and take a look at some of the notable interior features. The features inside this RAV4 start over here on the driver's side door panel with the controls for the power windows, locks, and mirrors. And of course, the driver window is also automatic. You also notice this great silver accent piece that runs all the way up the door pull for some extra style and utility. And just below, you've also got some additional storage in the door panel there, as well as an extra cup holder. If you take a look just to the right of the door panel there, you will find the dimmer switch for the gauge cluster, as well as the buttons to toggle the automatic high beams and the windshield wiper deicer. Just above that, we have this handy little storage cubby here, which has got a nice grippy texture to it to ensure that anything that you put in there doesn't slide around too much while you're driving. And you've also got that same great pattern that you find all throughout the interior. If you take a look just above, we have this nice accent stitching along the dash, which runs all the way along. Gives it a very premium feel. And if we look back at the steering column, you'll find the manual adjustment for the tilt steering, which is a nice feature to have so you can get that steering wheel in the perfect position. If you take a look up at the turn signal stock, you'll notice that this vehicle does come equipped with the automatic headlights, which is a very nice set it and forget it feature. And if you take a look at the left-hand side of the steering wheel here, you have the buttons to navigate the screen in the center of the gauge cluster, and I'll show you what's included in that in just a moment. And you've also got the Bluetooth hands-free calling button, as well as the volume rocker for the audio system, and the voice recognition button. So let's take a look at that screen in the center of the gauge cluster, and you can see at the top there, you've got the indicator to show you whether or not you have your lane trace assist on or off, and you also have the radar ready in order to let you know that your radar guided cruise control is on. Just below that, we have the exterior temperature, as well as the road conditions and the time. And in this very first screen on the left here, you have the digital speedometer as well as your range. And below that, you have the eco indicator. The next screen over will display your radar guided cruise control follow distance, as well as your lane trace assist. You can see that in the full screen there instead if you don't want to look at it at the top. The next screen over gives you your trip distance and time, and you've also got the all-wheel drive indicator. And this second to last screen here gives you all of the settings for your safety features, including your lane trace assist, pre-collision system, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alerts. You've also got access to some additional vehicle settings and gauge cluster settings through this menu here. Finally, you have any relevant vehicle messages or warnings that will display on this screen here. If we take a look back at the steering wheel on the right-hand side here, we have the button to toggle through the radar-guided cruise control follow distance, and just below that we have the button to toggle the lane trace assist on and off, and we've also got the buttons for the cruise control. Just below that we have the audio mode selector as well as the audio track selector. And speaking of audio, if we take a look in the center of the dash here, you'll find this tablet-style infotainment system jetting out from the dash. In terms of your audio options, you have your standard AM, FM radio, and you've also got a USB input. And of course, you can also hook up your phone via Bluetooth, so you can listen to your own audio regardless of what type of device you have. In terms of other options here, you can also access your phone if you have it hooked up via Bluetooth, and as well as some additional apps through this menu here. And you've also got the projection settings, as well as vehicle info. And if you pull that screen up, you'll find some trip information as well as fuel economy information. Finally, you also have some setup options through this menu here. You've got all kinds of different options that you can cycle through. And of course, this is also where you'll find the backup camera. So when you put this vehicle in reverse, you'll see that backup camera pop right up. And you can cycle between a wide angle view and a narrow view, which helps you to reverse with confidence regardless of the situation. You can also toggle your guiding lines, which is another handy feature. Putting this vehicle back into park, and you'll see that main infotainment screen pop back up. If we take a look just below that, we have a couple of climate vents as well as the hazard lights. And below that, you'll find the climate controls for the vehicle. This is a single zone climate control vehicle, but it does come with air conditioning for those hot summer days, which is a very important feature in the Okanagan. Just below that, we have the traction control button to toggle that on and off. And of course, you've also got the two-stage heated seats for both the driver and the passenger. And this is also where you'll find the passenger airbag warning. All the way on the right-hand side here, you do have the auto start stop feature, so you can turn that on and off. And essentially, that just helps you to preserve fuel by turning the vehicle off at prolonged stops and turning it right back on as soon as you hit the gas. In this little cubby here, you'll find a 12-volt outlet as well as the USB plug-in that I mentioned earlier. And as we move down, you've got the shifter, and you can put it into a standard mode here to shift through the gears manually. And you've also got your drive mode selectors here, so you have your Eco, Normal, and Sport. So you can cycle through whether you're trying to get the best possible fuel economy or a little bit extra performance out of the vehicle. And you've also got your terrain mode selector, so you have your mud and sand, rock and dirt, and you also have your snow mode depending on the type of terrain that you're driving on. This all complements the all-wheel drive system very nicely and ensures that you can drive safely on any and all terrain. As we move down, we've got a couple of cup holders here with that same great pattern. And finally, we have this nice padded armrest here. And inside, you've got plenty of space with the nice carpeted bottom. If we take a look over in the passenger side footwell, you'll find those same great all-weather mats, as well as the standard glove box. And if we take a look up top here, you can have a nice thin cubby there as well. If we take a look over at the passenger side door panel, you'll find the power locks as well as the controls for the passenger side window, and the same great design as the driver's side door panel. Finally, if we take a look up top here, you've got all of your interior lighting as well as a sunglasses holder. And you've also got this handy feature here with the sun visors that you can slide those out to block the sun regardless of the position that it's in. So let's go ahead and hop out and take a look at some of the features in the rear of this vehicle. In back, you've got more of that same great dark fabric seating with the very nice pattern, as well as the same great all-weather mats. In back here, you'll also find a handy storage pocket here in the back of the center console, and you've also got a 12-volt outlet at the bottom there to keep all your devices charged up. You'll also find a handy little storage pocket in the back of the passenger seat for some additional storage. And back here you've also got this handy fold-out armrest. It's a nice padded armrest, and it's got a couple of extra cup holders. These seats also do fold down in a 60-40 split if you have some additional cargo to store, and you just grab this latch here to fold that seat forward. With the seats folded forward, you have plenty of cargo room. So let's go ahead and check that out, but before we do, we'll take a quick look at the rear door panels here, and you can see the same great design as we saw in the front. You got the switch for the rear windows, as well as some additional storage in the door panel there. Popping open the hatch, you'll find this generous carpeted cargo area. And like I said, the seats do fold down in that 60-40 split. And you've also got the carpeted mats if you want to switch those out at some point. Back here you'll also find this little handy storage compartment here, which helps to keep your cargo organized. Underneath the compartment here you've got the spare, as well as the jack and tools to change it if you ever get a flat. That concludes this video walk around, but there's lots I didn't get to show you, so make sure you stop by Kelowna Toyota, located at 1200 Leadhead Road, or visit us online at KelownaToyota.com for more information. We look forward to seeing you soon.